here probably a couple of days ago, we was gonna be making some giant or big old chocolate chip cookies. So today it did good. Y'all looked at it, y'all liked how the cookies look, and I'm about to show you how to make it. It's only like a 15-minute video, so make sure you like, subscribe, and come back with me. Now, if you don't know what to bring to the Super Bowl, bring some cookies. You can buy them at the store, or you got the stuff at home already, so why not make them? And you can make them as big as you want. So I'm going to show you how to make these cookies. It's different variations. I'm going to show you the basics on how to make the cookie. And then from there, you can take it, turn it up a notch, and do what you want to do. And then on top of that, I'm going to show you the different measurements you can use to make a big old cookie or a giant cookie. So let's get into it. So the difference from a big old cookie is big as your hand. A giant cookie is both of your hands together. Okay, that's the difference. And we about to make them. So first thing first, you need 2 sticks of butter, okay? And you need to make sure that it is room temperature. Room temperature means it's soft. That does not mean you take it out and you put it in the microwave. This is room temperature. The reason why you want the butter room temperature, because you need to cream it, okay? So make sure you get 2 sticks of butter, which is going to be a cup of butter, and you're going to room temperature, okay? Now, save your wrapper just in case you want to grease whatever you're going to put this on, but you don't have to, or you can save it when you bake a cake for later on. Up to you, really don't matter. So next thing you want to do is put your room temperature butter in your bowl right here. Next thing you want to go ahead and do, let me move this out the way. Next thing you want to go ahead and do is add a cup of sugar, white sugar. You're going to add that to your butter, and then you're going to add a cup of brown sugar to your butter. Okay, make sure you pack in the brown sugar in the measuring cup to make sure that you have the right measurements. You're going to cream this together for about 5 to 6 minutes. Now, everybody has their own way of making cookies, but I feel like this is the basic of making a cookie. And then once you get the basics made, then you can add whatever you want. I like a dump cookie, meaning you add all types of chocolate chips, all types of stuff in there, and you can make your cookie however, which way you want, okay? So just cream this up, and that's what I'm doing right now, until everything gets mixed in together or incorporated. All right, so if you want to bump up your cookie and make it even better than you ever had it, take your butter, brown it, meaning you put it in a saucepan and you'll cook it for a little bit and get that nutty flavor, and then you let it cool down and then you can cream it. If you want to do that, that will bring your chocolate chip cookies up to another notch. The next thing I like to do is just add some vanilla extract. You're supposed to add 1 tablespoon, but this is my cookie, so I do as I please. I love vanilla, and I just go ahead and pour a little bit here, pour a little bit there, and there we go. And then you need 2 large eggs at room temperature. So you want to crack these one at a time in your bowl. So I'm going to start off with that first one. And if y'all know, me and eggs do not get along over here, but I've been working on it. I've been doing better, okay? Okay, now if you want to make these even buttery, you can add buttery extract, okay? They have that in the store. You can add that to your cookies. It tastes wonderful, great as well, and you can go ahead and do that. So that's another little tip to make your cookies even better. So we're gonna go ahead and mix this up. All right, another little tip, if you don't have a hand blender, it's okay. Go ahead and use a spatula because you want to start mixing or folding in the rest of your ingredients with a spatula. So it's okay if you don't have a stand or a hand mixer. You can actually make these cookies with a spatula, okay? And if your butter is room temperature, it's going to be like smooth like butter when you mix it, so it's not going to be that hard for you, okay? Now, next thing I'm going to head and do, you want to set this aside and you want to make sure you measure out your flour. So I have 2 full cups and a 1/4 cup of flour. And let me see what y'all doing. What are you making? I am making the ingredients for a chocolate chip cookie. Extra chocolate, please, and thank you. Can do that as well. So we are making the basic for a cookie, but if you want to add chocolate chips, you want to add whatever you want in there, you can go ahead and do it. So I just showed you the basics. You need 2 and a 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. You need 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and you need 1 teaspoon of salt, okay? Go ahead, knock that out, put it in there. And then you want to go ahead and mix that up really, really good. Now, normally I say you can just dump this or you can sift it. I like to sift it because that's me. But you don't have to. Just make sure you take a whisk and you whisk it up really, really good. Or you can sift it like I'm about to do. So it's not a big deal. If you don't have the extra little gadgets that I have, it's really not a big deal at all, okay? So this is where I tend to use a spatula because it starts getting a little thick, and if it starts getting thick and you're using the blender, it is not going to work out too well for you, okay? Unless you have like the hand one and you have like the spatula on there, but you don't need all them gadgets to be baking. I tell people that all the time. I just like gadgets because that's me. So I'm gonna go ahead and dump that in there. What gets in there gets in there. What doesn't, we won't sift, okay? It's not a big deal. Okay, and this is just the basic of making a cookie. And it doesn't take that many ingredients. So if you're trying to bring some to the Super Bowl, bring a cookie, decorate the cookie, get the cookie together and do what you need to do. Now, I made a chocolate chip cookie earlier, but today I am making an M&M cookie because I'm actually making this for Valentine's for my niece and nephews, okay? And I wanted to make a big old chocolate chip cookie. So I am going to show you how I made that chocolate chip cookie for them, and then we're going to let this bake. So now I'm going to take my spatula and I'm just going to mix this up in there. It's going to start getting thick, so make sure you do your due diligence and put that back work into this, okay? Get in there and mix this up. Now I use dark brown sugar. You don't have to use dark brown sugar. You can actually use light brown sugar. And when you use dark brown sugar, I like to tell people, make sure you take about 2 minutes off of baking, because if you let it bake for 10 minutes and you're using dark brown sugar, the bottom of your cookie is going to get a little darker than what you want, and that's not what you want your cookie to be hard at the bottom. Now, if you decide to use light brown sugar, I would just take a minute off of baking. Instead of baking it for 10, bake it for 9 or 8 and 30 seconds. It's really up to you. But I like to bake my cookies at 8 minutes, and then I like to let them rest for 5. And I'm going to show you the reason why I like to do my cookies like that, because they always come out perfect. They last for about a week or so out sitting in like a little cookie jar or container, and they're not hard. A lot of people overcook their cookies for the time, and then they let them rest, and they're like, well, I followed the recipe. They said 10 to 12 minutes. Don't do that. It's not going to come out right. Okay, so now you see what I'm talking about. You got to put some work into this. Make sure you don't see any white flour, okay? Make sure you don't see any white specks in here or flour. If you do, you need to still be mixing, okay? So continue to mix. This is a good job when you get the kids in there and have them do this. I don't got no kids right here, so I got to do this myself, okay? And this is the basic of making you a cookie. This is not a cutout cookie, because this cookie is going to rise and spread. A cutout cookie is not going to rise, nor is it going to spread. It's going to stay its shape once you cut it out. This, you do not have to freeze it, but if you decide you don't want to cook all your cookies at once, or you being a good person for the New Year's and you still staying on your diet or your trend, you can always measure these out and freeze them. So that's what I'm going to do, is measure. After I make my cookie, I'm going to measure these out and freeze them, okay? So you should see no white specks in here. I don't see any in here, okay? Now, what I'm going to do I have one of the kids that do not like chocolate chip. I don't know why, but this got chocolate in it. Really weird. Kids are weird. I don't know why. Newly diabetic. There's such things as sugar-free chocolate chip. Oh, there is vegan, sugar-free. I love it. I don't try it all. I really love the vegan cookies, especially if you shop at like a vegan store. They have good cookies. They're a little more expensive, but hey, if you feel that is what you need to do, and you still want that sweet treat, go ahead and get that. I have nothing against it. I actually have bought vegan cookies. I like vegan cookies over all of this because they're watching what's in there. It's a little bit more healthier, but you know, it's still good. I'm going to leave some up for the top so I can smash in her cookie, but then I'm going to fold in the rest of this in here. So this is my dough of what I'm going to use to make my heart-shaped cookie. Now, on Amazon right now, hopefully they're still on sale. I got this like 2 weeks ago. It was on sale. I ended up buying these silicone mats. You can bake cakes out of them. You can do whatever you do, crust or whatever for pies, but I made a cookie out of this. So I'm going to show you how I made my cookie for my niece and nephews. And it came out really wonderful. So, you know, I like to show y'all things how it turned out because who got time to be sitting here waiting on the cookie recipe? I show you the recipe, but now we need to see how it looks, the aftermath. And let me see what else you're talking about. Then I need one of those when I use. Oh, okay. Alrighty, I get all types of crazy comments on here. That's wild, but thanks. So when I say bake your cookies for 8 minutes, let it rest. Now I use a 1/4 cup to measure this out. Where's my 4th cup at? I don't know. I use a 4th cup to measure this out. So this is a pretty big cookie. It's the size of my palm. Now, if you want a bigger cookie, you can use a 1/2 cup. It's easy to measure out. And then look at the bottom. This is what I'm talking about. So you don't, if you use brown sugar, dark brown sugar like I did, just let them cook for 8 minutes and let them rest for 5. And you have this nice golden brown color. And then they're soft and they are good. Now, if you like them a little, like the chocolate melting off of them, go ahead, pop them in the microwave for about 10 seconds and they're going to be delicious, okay? So, yeah. This is what they look like. I made them already. You got this nice golden brown. They're not burnt and they're delicious. Add a little sea salt on top and your cookies is going to be the best. You can add whatever chocolates you want. You can put candy bars in there. You can do whatever you want. Now for the heart cookie, I baked it for 10 minutes and I let it rest. And this is what the cookie look like. I have it in here. And me being the person that I am, I broke the cookie a little bit, but it's okay. So when you bake it out the silicone, this is what it looks like. I measured it out because I didn't want the cookie too thick and I didn't want it too thin. So I put 200 grams in my silicone. So I have a scale that I use for cakes and this is what it came out. So later on, I'm just going to decorate the cookie with some chocolate and put some buttercream, like little decorations on here and write their name on here. But this is what it looked like and I'm just going to put it in a box and serve it to them. Or you can go to the Dollar Tree and you can get one of the like, little cake things that they have right here and you can just put it in there and seal it up. So that's what I did. I'm going to go ahead and measure hers out. I'm going to put 200 grams of my cookie dough in there, pat it out, and then I'm going to go ahead and measure the rest of my cookie dough out in a 4th cup so that I can have a big old cookie. Now you can bring this to the football party because everybody like a sweet treat. And then also Valentine's, like I just did, you can make you a cookie out of it, or you can just make regular cookies. The bigger the cookie, the better the love, okay? So hopefully I enjoy that. And I will catch y'all next time. Thank you for all the comments. Make sure you like, subscribe. And next time I get back on here, we're going to be making a cheesecake. Valentine's is around the corner. And I got to make a cheesecake because I got someone's birthday and Valentine's. So I'll see y'all next time. Y'all have a good one. Bye.